let's get into a little bit of a hockey philosophy commentary, because that's kind of what I'm feeling here for today. What we're looking at is an article over here from Mark Spector on Sportsnet, one that I honestly somewhat disagree with. In fact, somewhat is the wrong word. I think I would just have to go with outright. Now, I obviously pay a big amount of respect to anybody who can form themselves a media career where they write, talk, or form opinions about hockey, they publish that, and that is their quote-unquote full-time job. But as a member of the media, you have the ability to be criticized, and that is where people like me, who just happen to come across your stuff, come in. So, what we're taking a look at here is this article on Sportsnet. It is titled... oh boy. The Oilers need more defensive leadership from McDavid and Draisaitl. Now, what exactly does this insinuate? You read the title and you think, okay, what the heck does that mean? Defensive leadership. McDavid and Draisaitl? The Oilers need leadership from these two guys? Please. Hook me in, Mark Spector. What exactly is the angle that you're taking over on here? So, the article is quite obviously written immediately after the Edmonton Oilers' loss in the play-in series to the Chicago Blackhawks. It kind of feels bad since the Oilers lost literally in 4 games, despite being the best Western team to not make the round robin, and they lost to the worst team, the 23rd best team in the NHL or something like that at the season's pause, and the worst team in the West to make the return-to-play format. I get that they lost to Patrick Kane and all that stuff, but that's kind of related to the angle that Mark Spector is going for over here. The article opens up talking about how they ended up losing. It talked about how McDavid and Draisaitl haven't had their Steve Yzerman moment yet, and the fact is, McDavid and Draisaitl are 2 of the best point scorers in the entire league. You can debate that they're 1 and 2. So, that's kind of obvious, right? So what exactly is the point? The point of this article that Mark Spector is trying to make is written over here in the 4th paragraph. It says, the Oilers' team culture is set by a pair of leaders who have had 207 regular season points between them and were a combined minus 13. A pair that combined for 15 playoff points and a +2. While Patrick Kane had 4 points and was also a +2. So that's the insinuation. It is the defensive leadership aspect of this team that is controlled by and modeled after McDavid and Draisaitl. It's all relating to this one question that Ken Holland answered about the play-in series and all that stuff that happened after they lost. Does your team require McDavid and Draisaitl's defensive leadership more than it needs their offensive leadership right now? Holland said this, the answer would be yes, but I saw that happening. That's it. That is all he said. And this answer, where he says yes, is why Mark Spector has written this article, and it's why he has forced this angle into it. Spector does recognize himself that the quote and the answer is somewhat ambiguous, but there is indeed somewhat of an idea that can be taken away from it, despite the fact that more clarification from Holland would probably be needed to actually make this seem like 100% the case. The rest of the article goes over different examples that focus on the idea of defensive coverage for a team's top scorer. It goes over how, with Leon Draisaitl in his year-end meeting, the big thing that Ken Holland wanted to focus on was not a flashy goal or a deft pass, it was a defensive play that showed the leadership that they wanted him to go into the summer thinking about. The next parts of the article go over the Chicago Blackhawks guys, Taine, Caves, and Keith, talking about how the Oilers can learn from those players, and then it talks about guys throughout history like Yzerman and Crosby and Modano, and how they were able to win championships after they started focusing their game more on the defensive side of things. So the basic idea, if you wrap everything up into a nutshell, that Mark Spector is trying to get out in this article is that Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl's ability to inspire the teammates around them to perform better, the defensive aspect of that ability needs to be boosted. And the argument that he makes is that Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are able to score goals, get points like crazy. That is amazing. We all know that too. Everybody knows that they're good at playing hockey and getting points. But the team around them can't do that the same way that they can. So when they see Connor McDavid doing Connor McDavid-like things, well, okay, that's just Connor McDavid doing his thing. What am I going to do? I'm going to do my own thing because I can't do that. So the argument that Mark Spector is making is that Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl need to do more defensive things because it will inspire the rest of their team to follow in their footsteps. There are many examples in the article, so I recommend you actually read it, but in layman's terms, that's kind of the argument that we're giving out here. And it's one that I, frankly, very much disagree with. Not because I don't think it's valuable to have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl doing defensive things, but because when you formulate a hockey team, in my opinion, you need to get your lines and the overall goals of each line established before every single game, before every single shift. It's like mission, vision, and value statements, you know? You kind of need to have those to make sure that everybody is on the same page and that they're working towards the same goals. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to ask for more good defensive coverage out of Connor McDavid. I'm just saying that if you're expecting Connor McDavid to lead the team around him because of how well he backchecks, I don't know how positive that is for overall team performance. Because if I was the coach of the Edmonton Oilers, I wouldn't look at Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, put him out there on the PK and say, okay guys, what you gotta do is show off your really good defensive coverage. Let's see you block some passing lanes and break off cycles. Let's see that. No, I put these guys out there when it's 5-on-5 or when it's 4-on-4 and I say go out there and you score. That's what I want you to do. I'm using your ice time because I want you to score points. And for the most part, that's what they are able to do. Connor McDavid, up until like a few days ago, was still #1 in point production in the entire playoffs, despite only playing 4 games and being eliminated for like a week. You can fairly say that his defensive coverage was not inspiring to the rest of the team to play well defensively. Okay. But what kind of argument is that? The implication, whether you want it to be there or not, is that Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl were, in a way, directly responsible, influential-wise, to the Edmonton Oilers' inability to beat the Blackhawks. And that doesn't even really register to me as something that I could think about because there were literally like so many points coming out of these guys. Their roles on the team, in my opinion, should be to just go out there and score points. Do what you do best. Not to go out there and purposely play like Patrice Bergeron just so the rest of your team wants to play like him too. It's a weird argument, and overall, I don't really see head-to-head with Mark Spector. I guess I understand where he's coming from, but I just don't personally agree with it, which is why I'm making this video here today. The article then goes over a few other examples of other NHL teams like the Boston Bruins with Bergeron, Chara, and Marchand, Chicago with Keith, Kane, and Taves, and it goes over how those teams are having their players develop defensively through the leadership of their top guys. And while I understand that, it's something that I don't want to say is a one-trick pony, man. Like, just because it works out that way for some teams does not mean that it's going to work the same way for other teams. I get that every team kind of needs to have their own good defensive coverage, like the St. Louis Blues last year. Ryan O'Reilly's a very, very good defensive player, as well as the leadership provided by guys like Alex Ovechkin, etc. But Connor McDavid is Connor McDavid. I don't personally see the value in blaming the Oilers' defensive issues on Connor McDavid when he's out there scoring 9 points in 4 games. So, yeah, that's just kind of what I think about it. I know it's definitely not really my territory to step into since I'm a Canucks fan, but even a guy like me, I can take a look at the standings, I can take a look at the highlights, I can take a look at the footage, and take a look at how good Connor McDavid and Draisaitl are at scoring points, and I can identify to myself, if I have a hockey team, I'm building the team around these guys because I want these guys to score as many points as they can. I don't want these guys to be teaching the young guys how to play defense. If anything, that's where the rest of my money goes to. Okay, I'll get some vets that know how to play defense, and show the young guys how to play defense through them. Young, hot talents like Yamamoto may not need lessons on how to play offense. So, playing with McDavid let him get a whole bunch of points, and that's his role on the team. I get that he didn't have too many points, but that's just, one example. But with the Oilers and the way that they're going to build themselves towards the future, there's gotta be a lot that comes over. And everybody is saying, oh, they need forward help. They need goaltending help. They need defensive help. They need help everywhere, according to who you ask. But it just is a matter to me of getting over that hump, because they were a really good team in the regular season, and they have won a playoff series before with Connor McDavid. That's certainly a lot more progress than the Toronto Maple Leafs have had. It's just, to take a look at a loss in a play-in series that is so weird, that's played over in the middle of August and is played between teams that have had like a few months worth of a rest, to take a look at a loss to the Chicago Blackhawks and say that it was McDavid and Draisaitl's fault because they're not good enough leaders, man, I don't really like that argument. And I get that this idea would be so much easier to digest if we just got Ken Holland's own clarifications as to his own comments, but for now, this is what we got. It's a Mark Spector's article, so go in the description below and read this article. It is definitely an interesting read, to say the least. And talk to me in the comments what you think about this idea as a whole. I hope you've enjoyed this Minister of the and bye.